On this quick hitter version of Catch and Shoot 2.0, we're going to talk with Tom Haberstroh, the guru of hoops, and he's going to tell us about the Utah Jazz and vertical spacing. So speaking of the top team in the West, the Jazz, how much of a surprise the Jazz at 23-5? Are we surprised by this, or we saw this coming? I think people had higher hopes for Denver and Clippers, but it seems like Utah has kind of shot through.
Yeah, Otto, last year I thought that if you were going to put a bet on a team to make a bubble run, I thought Utah or Denver was going to be a great pick because weird stuff happens in the bubble. There's no fans. This is a new environment. The continuity of Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, I thought was going to serve them well. And just the perception of what happened there in March when everything got shut down. I feel like people were sleeping on the Jazz, right? We didn't know much about COVID and their impact on the disease's impact on your ability to play basketball, your performance. So I think a lot of people were like, yeah, I mean, Utah's got a great defense, Bojan Bogdanovic, Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert is obviously two-way anchor there with his rim runs and his defense. But this year, this is all coming together. And it's not just continuity. What is the big difference between last year and this year is three-point attempts. They are leading the NBA in three-point makes. They're the Houston Rockets of the years before, but they're now Quinn Snyder and the Utah Jazz are running the NBA in the three-point department. And that's very puzzling for the average fan. They don't think of the Utah Jazz as basically the D'Antoni Suns or the D'Antoni Rockets, but they are. They're getting much quicker up-tempo offense. Jordan Clarkson, over 40 points the other night. This is a guy who has been the embodiment of what they do now, which is getting up and down the floor, early shots in the shot clock, and bombing away from three. And it's working for them. Defensively, we know that Rudy Gobert and Royce O'Neal they're gonna lock down defensively. That's not the issue. The issue has always been offense and getting quality looks, and they're doing a great job. They have several players shooting over 40% from three-point land. It's a little bit from everywhere. It's not like I think Mike Conley had a great year before the hamstring injury, but everybody is chipping in to be just 20% better this year. And the result is they're just running through all these teams that have had issues with COVID or injuries. I think they're going to get the number one seed in the Western Conference. They're that good on both ends of the floor. Now that Anthony Davis is going to be out for the foreseeable future, this, I think, is the Utah Jazz's number one seed to give up.
And if you enjoyed that quick little snippet of Catch and Shoot 2.0, why don't you check out the full episode? New shows drop every Wednesday, courtesy of Pure Hoops Media.